Hello and welcome, guys. Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to share a link to. I've got some questions here in the meetup group, so I'm going to share the link with the people we have involved today. Copy the link. So just to give you guys a heads up, it's just myself here today, as you can obviously tell. Hassan is enjoying some rest and relaxation, which he definitely deserves. He works very hard. But just to let you know, next week we will be, will be with Hassan, but we'll be doing it from Dubai. And if anyone is interested, myself and Hassan will be with Hassan, but we'll be doing it from Dubai. And if anyone is interested, myself and Hassan will be at the GITEX conference in the World Trade Center in Dubai next week for the whole week from Sunday to Thursday. We'll be at the Oracle stand. We'll be doing a build an app style demos. So if anyone has any questions or they want to give Oracle Cloud a try, or they would they kind of want to have any questions around Kubernetes or anything really related to cloud and DevOps, please do stop by. Myself and Sam will be more than happy to talk to you guys about any questions you may have. I'm just going to see, I have this message here, and I'm going to send it out. Okay, the link is up on the meetup group there now for you guys. So this week's episode, it's going to be slightly informal. 1 second here, everything's just been hidden from me on my desktop. There we go. So the things I want to cover today is kind of best practices if anyone wants to get started with Kubernetes and kind of try it in production. The kind of main things, the kind of main points you should really think about when you're scaling Kubernetes in production style systems and that sort of thing. So the big thing, if you are managing Kubernetes yourself, one big thing is you need to take into account how difficult it can be to set it up, because there's obviously it's not the kind of one size fits all for Kubernetes. It's going to depend on your environment, how large or complex your application is, what add-ons you need, what plugins, and there can be a lot of work around getting this ready before in your configuration before it's ready to go into production, obviously, for your application, which is something big definitely to take into account. Another thing to take into account into this is also keeping up with it. Kind of stems from the complexity of the installation configuration, but is kind of keeping up to date with pace of updates for Kubernetes and add-ons, etc. Especially on Kubernetes with different things in like release, say in I think it was 1.10.1, we got Swagger introduced, which is really handy for kind of making your APIs and that sort of thing. But you need to kind of, with enterprises, if you obviously can't have any glitches or anything like that, you don't want to, especially in prod, you don't want to have any sort of issues with security or anything like that. So it is a big thing you need to manage, and you need to kind of consistently take time. That's where the kind of ops side comes in, which Hassan more so covers. But it is definitely something you need to consider when you're building so that with Kubernetes in production. That's why some of the managed solutions are very good. Obviously, I build a lot of myself now with Oracle Cloud. Their OKE service, which is a managed Kubernetes service, it's just been really good for me because obviously from an ops perspective, I really have not much experience. So it just makes life way simpler. And I was doing something there with it yesterday, say, and I had everything spun up, my subnets, I had private or VCN, which is virtual cloud network set up, and my Kubernetes cluster with 2 nodes spun up in about 15 minutes. It was really, really quick. And I would just get a quick application test on. It's just super, super easy. And I didn't have to worry about like versions or anything that much or any updates. It was just everything was managed for me, which from me not coming from ops makes life a lot easier, believe me. Another thing you need to consider really is if you're building anything in production, you need to kind of take into account how you're going to manage clusters across, say, data centers, or if you're using like multiple clouds or anything like that. Because if you want to, if you're in an enterprise style business, you typically want to deploy kind of your Kubernetes clusters across more than one infrastructure platform, just for like peace of mind, really, and failover. So this like might be public cloud, private cloud, or a hybrid or kind of on-premise solution. But it just for doing this sort of thing, managing it across platform, it's something you do really need to take into account. It can be quite time consuming, obviously, to kind of keep an eye on that. That's where kind of the DevOps kind of people come in, especially the kind of more ops heavy side of things, to manage it cross platform. And then you obviously have in the ops side of things, you also have to take into account the kind of monitoring and troubleshooting side of your applications and your like infrastructure. Obviously, it's not going to be flawless straight off the bat. You need to really keep an eye on things just in case there was an update or a patch you missed that could release a vulnerability. You do really need to monitor these things. So really the big thing is you need to, so to kind of reiterate on those main points, we go to for say keeping up with updates and that sort of thing. So like the big thing is you need to manage when you have updates and you're constantly updating things like that. You need to manage kind of downtime with servers or downtime instances, or have like CI/CD, so you can have one node or cluster that's been updated, push that in prod, and then take your other ones out and just kind of update them and only have it good to go, so there's not as much downtime. So like you really do save your kind of from any kind of business size up. If you're getting quite a few hits on your website or your application, you do really need to have like a kind of a solid plan as to keep up with the pace of innovation for updates, to kind of minimize downtime, to kind of give it to zero downtime. A lot of things I see is people do kind of like it updates quite rapidly, but not the bigger updates kind of come maybe every kind of half year, etc. So they kind of what I hear people doing a lot is kind of quarterly updates to kind of have zero to minimal downtime for the larger updates, which kind of works out very well. But yeah, that area really is a big thing. Like with you, like from an ops perspective, that's how Sam would say. Obviously, you don't want to have downtime. You really do need to be organized with these things. You need to be kind of constantly checking logs, checking everything you need to make sure you are good to go when those updates happen. So you don't have any downtime. You don't have downtime for your customers, because that could result in a loss in revenue and a loss in service, which people might just think is a bit of a like it's a downside for customers if they go to try use the service and it's down. Obviously, they might turn to something else in that time. The good thing is for myself, once you have your Kubernetes, Kubernetes environment up and ready, the platform is perfectly ready for developers to kind of consume it at scale and use it at scale. So it's just you need to kind of as a SAN just for the dashboard stuff, you're going to have a self-service portal that you can sign into your environment regardless of location, which is great. When you're using things like the cloud, you can be completely portable. Say when I'm in over to SAN in Dubai next week, I can just log in from there. There's no issues. It just makes it so much easier when you have that sort of kind of feasibility to move and flexibility around being able to like try these things or be able to log in, develop anywhere, not have to worry about your infrastructure being with you. Or that's the great thing about the cloud. As I mentioned, as I mentioned, with you're going to need logs. Obviously, if you're in a production environment with Kubernetes, which is going to be something you're going to rely very heavily on, as it's quite a new kind of system. You're going to rely. Sorry, I'm getting people saying they cannot hear me fully. Sorry, let me give me 1 second here, and I will increase this volume. Is that better, Ahmed? Maybe able to hear me a little bit better now. I think that may be better from what I'm seeing on the equalizer on my side. I think that is good. Let me just change that.